This may sound a little bit like a rant, but that's not the point. That's not my goal. My goal is to help educate and show there's a better way. Some of the things we do in the world of exercise are so archaic, and some of the things we do in physical education are so backwards and or past date that we need to start doing better. Exercise is one of them. The days of just saying, hey, go do this, and then waiting 45 minutes, calling class and saying, that's over, let's go. That shouldn't be the way that physical education is. Physical education is education. Just writing a workout for your students to do and or your kids is not the best way to educate them on how to live their life more healthy, more fit. Teach them. The goal of school is teaching. So just doing isn't teaching. Don't just write a workout and say, here, go do this. Let's educate them so that they can have cognitive thought process on this is how to do it, this is why we're doing it, and this is how we do it. Now, having said that, there's just not enough background in physical education of actual exercise science so we can do something about it, and that's their goal. So there's an exercise that is a very popular exercise because everyone tends to have some form of a plyometric box where we can step up and or step down. And this exercise is misdone, improperly done, and poorly done across all population types, young, old, fit, unfit. So let's go over that. There's a combination exercise that is known as a step down and or step up. Both are great versions of each other. They're simply where you start and where you finish on how you call the exercise name. So we're going to step on back and let's go over this. Okay, so you will need something to step up to, all right? You can add a little bit of intensity with a dumbbell, a kettlebell, if you're strong enough with a barbell. I'm going to show you how most people do it poorly, and I need to face the wall for that. So you get this view. Most people will put their foot up and then use the momentum of their calf, their ankle, plantar flexion to just create momentum and step up. From the back, it looks like this. Watch my calf muscle. That's all calf. I'm barely using any of the actual intended goal muscles of your quads for knee extension and your hamstrings and glute for hip extension. It's all calf. So we can load up with a ton of weight, for example, this dumbbell, and basically just do a calf raise. From the side. Now, when I'm doing it that way, facing the wall, we tend to get a little claustrophobic. We'll put our hand up on the wall. I'm overemphasizing the wall up here. And then we're afraid we get too close to the wall. So we avoid the actual leaning mechanism that keeps our balance because the wall's in the way. Now, let's show you how we can do it better. We have the step up version where we stand here, put our foot in front, keep the heel on the ground. Now I can't use my leg to create that momentum. So all the weight has to be here. I will try to help, but I don't have any functional strength for the ankle in this position. So it's really just finishing the move. Starting right here, up, and you see my ankle rising, but I don't have any pressure on it. So I can even be here and raise up. Much more effective for developing the quad and the hamstring. I'm not cheating through the exercise to make it easier. Now, secondarily, I can also do a step down, which is a controlled descent. Tap my foot and back up. Tap my foot and back up. See how I minimize how much plantar flexion is available? When I'm personally doing this, I actually like to finish with my toe in a little bit of a stretch position, dorsiflexion. So I do this. Now I really can't use that muscle because I'm overextended in the opposite. So I have to use all quadricep. So I reach, I touch, I can't use it, and it's all right there. If your athletes, your students, your kids are strong enough to do this version, the step down version, they can control the descent better and get a little bit stronger version versus the step up, because this one's more about balance. I can use the wall to help me balance versus the stepping up version where my starting point is actually the most difficult. When I do the step down version, my starting point is the easiest. If you think about a squat and or a deadlift, you're starting at the hardest point, meaning you're limited in the potential ability to do it. Squat, you're starting at the easiest. So until you develop the specifics of the ability, you're limited by the position that you start at. We generally want to start at easier positions versus start at harder positions, right? We can do limited or controlled range of motion and get the benefits versus when we start at the hardest part, we don't have the potential for controlled range of motion. Believe it or not, there is such a thing as using partial range of motion to improve our strength abilities, right? Not everything has to be full range of motion all the time. If you understand why you're doing it and the prescription calls for partial range of motions to work through your comfortable strength capabilities, your strength capabilities will improve. And then you go lower and lower and higher and all that, right? So, to recap, I'm not a fan of facing the wall because there's balance challenges. You tend to cheat your way up. If I were to do a step down version, I have to hold the wall. Now I'm leaning in and I get claustrophobic up against the wall because my face is getting right up against the wall because my natural leaning, remember center of gravity, half on one side, half on the other, keeps your center of gravity, your balance point, right? Like a seesaw teeter-totter. Okay, so step down. Easy version because you start at the top. You go down as low as you feel comfortable. I'm getting amazing work on my quad right here and back up. If I'm strong enough, I drop to this position and then I lock my foot in place so I don't cheat the way up. Or I do this version. See how my toes are elevated? I touch my heel, meaning I can't plantar flex. Same is true with the step up. I don't want to plantar flex my way up. This is too easy. So I dorsiflex by bringing my foot forward. And now I have all leg strengthening. All right? Keys to understand that. When you get there, you're going to be better off when you understand that certain tweaks and improvements and slightly different variations in the exercises will lead to more amazing results. When you're doing step-ups and you're cheating your way through it, you're getting some benefit, but it's all in the calf. Plantar flexion, raising up on your toes. So you're missing out on the work where the intended goal is. It's important to understand. What's your intended goal, and are you making that as optimally beneficial as possible? All right? That's stuff that we teach in our course. So if you are interested in learning more about actual personal training, it's not even personal training, it's fitness training. And you know what? It's actually preventative medicine. Exercise is preventative medicine. And if you're better at exercise, your health and your fitness will keep you from getting sick, potentially becoming morbidly obese and or overweight, which has its dramatically negative effects of on your lifespan, your health, your chance of cancer, and all that. Very important to understand. So let's start thinking about exercise, not as fun and or hateful and or miserable. It's preventative medicine, pure and simple. Exercise is preventative medicine. And the better you are at preventative medicine, the quality of life will go up, your life expectancy will go up, and you're gonna lead a fuller, more healthy, probably most likely more fun life. All right? This is our lesson on preventative medicine. All right? Use step up and or step downs. Both are amazing exercises. But when done with a more refined, thought out approach, everyone will be better and everyone wins. All right? Thank you. Spencer Aiken, Stronger Together Education Academy. You guys go out, be awesome, be amazing. Thank you.